Previously on Pretty Little Liars Original Sin.
Hi guys, it's
Lauren Daisy.
Welcome back to my channel. And as you can see from the fact that I'm not in my usual filming setup, I actually wasn't planning on filming today, but I wanted to make a quick video because it was announced yesterday that summer school, Pretty Little Liars Summer School, has been cancelled and won't be coming back for a season 3, and I'm honestly heartbroken about this. I think it is such a shame. I think, oh gosh, it depends how much I want to go into a rant in this video, because I feel like it opens a whole conversation about the world of streaming and how television is dealt with these days, and also how television targeted towards females, I feel like, is is kind of approached these days, because I feel like HBO Max, like, allegedly, I feel like HBO Max hates women, okay? Like, that's obviously an over-exaggeration, but I truly cannot grasp why this show is cancelled. Like, I feel like if someone can explain it to me, then please do, because I feel like in the comments, because it's been, I mean, all over, like, Twitter and obviously Instagram, because that's, you know, that's what I follow, is all Pretty Little Liars stuff. So I'm going to go through, like, what the official statement was and what, like, some of the cast members have said so far. But it's really interesting because I feel like all I've kind of seen is backlash about it. And like at the time, like, you guys were really loving it. Like when I was doing my weekly episode reviews, like, you guys loved watching it and talking about it, or even if there were like criticisms that you had, you were still tuning in every week. And I feel like every single week, Bailey Madison or Jordan Gonzalez or like whoever, like all the different people from the cast were posting that it was the #1 show on HBO Max that week. I feel like it was like tweeted about every time. Also, don't ignore my nails if you can see that they're too. But it was talked about every week on Twitter, Reddit, like, yeah, Instagram. Obviously, I was making my videos about it, but there were other creators on here making videos about it. And was it perfect? No, but neither was the original Pretty Little Liars. Like, that is probably my favorite show in the entire world. I love it. That's my baby girl. Big ups. But it is far from perfect. Very, very far from perfect. And I think I just want to know what the criteria is these days for a show to be picked up for another season. Because I kind of understood, like, with Ravenswood and The Perfectionists, because, to be honest, that was going to be a hard sell, I think, for PLL fans, getting them to tune in, and when they were very invested in other characters already, like, that I kind of got, because they were, like, spin-offs, whereas this was a complete reboot. Like, we had completely new characters to get attached to, and everyone's acting was so amazing, and the characters were so good and so easy to get invested in, and the plot line was good, and it was different, and it was something new. Like, for the Pretty Little Liars genre, it was darker, it was more leaning towards, like, horror, and the production level was so high, and it was just really, really good. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be biased because, like I said, I love Pretty Little Liars, and I really love this show. I understood the criticisms with it, like, completely. I wasn't huge about the Bloody Rose reveal. I'm not going to say if you haven't, like, seen it yet. And there were other things that it's like, you know, I wasn't that happy with, but, like, where's the fun? Do you know what I mean? I feel like, where is the fun in TV anymore? Because I just don't. I think this is why I just rewatch old shows. Like, at the moment, obviously, I'm rewatching One Tree Hill, and I'm making my videos about that. I still make videos about Pretty Little Liars, Gossip Girl, you know, Desperate Housewives, 90210. Like, these are shows that I became so greatly invested in, and shows just don't exist like that anymore. For me, anyway. I just find that they don't, and I feel like I struggle. I struggle with the streaming services and how it's 6 to 8 episodes for a season, and it's so far between seasons, or they just get picked up for 1 season or 2 seasons. It's like, we were getting 7-season shows. 7-season shows. Like, 90210, 5 seasons. Gossip Girl, 6 seasons. Pretty Little Lies, 7 seasons. The Vampire Diaries, I think maybe has 8 or 9 seasons. One Tree Hill had 9 seasons. Desperate Housewives had 8 seasons. Like, these were like, and they were 24 episode seasons. And yet, HBO Max isn't going to renew a show that was so popular when it only had 8 episodes a season. Like, I just don't. I need someone. I need to speak. You know that TikTok audio where it's like, I need to speak to a gay person? That's me. I need to speak to somebody at HBO Max. Okay, I need to speak to somebody at HBO Max and just and understand this, because I just don't understand it. I feel like, I'm telling you, okay, this is like obviously a generalization, because I know there's so many people watched Pretty Little Lies when it came out, and so many people watched Pretty Little Lies Original Sin and Summer School, but I honestly feel like this is a war on the girls and the gays, because what the fuck? I just feel like there is no TV shows that are targeted towards us anymore. Like, I don't know, like, if you guys want to recommend them to me in the comments, please do, but, like, this felt like such a breath of fresh air for me, even though it was only 8 episodes and season 1 was only 10 episodes. Like, just the teen setting, like, I just loved it. I just loved everything about it. I loved the female friendship. I loved, you know, the teen drama storylines of it all, and it was just so good, and it really, like, gave me that feeling of when I was watching Pretty Little Liars, 90210, Gossip Girl, like, waiting for them to come out every week, invested in them, invested in the characters. Like, I couldn't tell you, genuinely could not tell you the last show I was invested in like that. Like how I was with, I think I said it even before, like with about, Original Sin and Summer School before. That was the first time in so long that I had been truly, truly invested in a show and just genuinely loved it. I mean, I took these pictures, okay? I went to LA last week, which is a whole thing. It's to do, like, I was taking photos for my Pretty Little Lies book, and I'm going to do a whole video on that, my trip and everything like that. But yeah, I literally took these photos, I'm not even kidding, like 6 days ago. They had this huge picture, like this huge billboard of them, like Summer School outside of the Warner Brothers studio. It's on the prop department wall next to all these other big shows. And I was so excited to see them there, and I took these like cute pictures with the billboard and stuff, and I was literally going to post them on my Instagram and be like you need to renew my girlies for season 3, like at HBO Max. And then they literally cancelled it, and I had to change it to a like in memoriam post and be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe they've cancelled it. Like, I'm literally trying to think. Maybe Outer Banks. I haven't seen that, but I know people are really invested in that. But I think, again, that has more of a broader audience reach than like things like Pretty Little Liars. I just, like, where's the fun? Do you know what I mean? Like, this show was fun. It was fun to watch. It had mystery. It was dramatic. It was everything that like Pretty Little Liars was, and that shows from before, like, they had. I feel like as a demographic, like, we dominated the TV. Like, we literally dominated it. Like, when like One Tree Hill came out in 2003, we had like the OC. We had, what else did we have? Yeah, and then we had Desperate Housewives, which was in 2004. And that was more targeted towards like an older, female demographic, more like adults. Because it was on I think it was on at 9 p.m. or something. And it was like one of the most successful shows in history. In history, Desperate Housewives was, it took the world, Desperate Housewives. And I feel like then, 6 years later, when Pretty Little Liars came out, the exact same thing happened again. And it's the same thing that happened with Barbie. Okay, I feel like I said I wasn't going to go on a rant, but I can't help it. Like, it was the exact same thing that happened with Barbie. And I feel like we do this song and dance. How many times are we going to do this song and dance? Where something is so hugely successful. Desperate Housewives. Desperate Housewives is why we have Pretty Little Liars. Like, Pretty Little Liars was essentially created to be a teen version of Desperate Housewives because of the success of Desperate Housewives, right? Desperate Housewives was on ABC, and then we had ABC Family, Pretty Little Liars. And it's just like that, like Pretty Little Liars, I can't even explain, like, if you didn't watch Pretty Little Liars at the time, how same with Desperate Housewives, how insanely huge these shows were. Millions and millions of views on these, like, episodes every week. Twitter, like, Pretty Little Lies was the most talked about TV show on Twitter, like, 2 years in a row, and I think the only reason it didn't get it for a third year was maybe Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead. But it was like, in 2013, I think it was, there was 17 million tweets about Pretty Little Liars, like, as the show was airing during 2013. 17 million tweets about Pretty Little Liars, okay? Pretty Little Liars was huge, and it kept getting renewed, and every single time it got renewed, Desperate Housewives, renewed, because we were showing up for these shows, and I just feel like that doesn't mean anything anymore. And it's so frustrating because, like I said, the same thing happened with Barbie. Like, Barbie was like $1.5 billion, like, dollars or pounds, whatever it made, like, and we all wore pink. Like, when I was doing the Warner Brothers tour, like the studio tour, our tour guide, she said, when the Barbie movie came out, we all wore pink. All of us, every single person that was working on the lot that day wore pink. Everyone that went to the cinema wore pink. And it was just like such an insanely, I can't even tell you the joy from Barbie summer. Like, when my best friend Miranda and I went to go and see Barbie, it was just everything. Everyone was in pink, like, sitting in that theater with just so many, like, women. It was just, I loved it. I truly loved it. I feel like it was the first time that I truly felt like we were being given a film that was truly for us and about us. And I just loved it. It was something that I'd only found really in TV shows, like the ones I've already mentioned, and movies, like, less so. And the fact that it did so incredibly well, like, there was so many tweets, like TikToks, everything, of people expressing how much Barbie meant to them, and using it as an example of why we should be making films for women and about women. And I just feel like, honestly, it feels like we just are going to do this song and dance forever. Like, when is it going to be, okay, well, then we will. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I say that I'm literally wearing, like, a Deadpool shirt. Like, I went and saw Deadpool, and I loved Deadpool. Like, Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved it. It was probably the best film I've seen this year. So, like, I don't want it to be exclusively that, but, like, I want more films like Barbie. I want more TV shows like Pretty Little Liars, and we had it with Pretty Little Liars Summer School, like, and Original Sin. Like, we had that setting and that female friendship and all that kind of stuff. Like, that stuff that I just loved and that resonates with me so much, and I know that resonated with you guys so much. And we had it, and I truly, like, did not think it was going to get cancelled. I feel like I was starting to get more nervous, like, as the days were going on, because Original Sin got renewed after, like, a month. Yeah, and it was getting, like, 2 to 3 months since the finale had aired, so I was a bit like, okay. But, like, I had truly, and I feel like I assume the cast will feel the same way, no reason to believe this show was not going to get renewed. Like I said, it was always, you know, trending when the episodes were coming out, and it was #1 on HBO every week that it came out. So why did it not get renewed? Also, just as I am editing this video, I went and had a little look on the HBO Instagram, and I just find this so crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still heated about it now. So here on about Original Sin, they literally called it it was the number one most watched series on HBO Max among young viewers. Okay? #1. And that stayed consistent for season 2. So, what kind of excuse can you use for cancelling it? Popularity? Because that doesn't seem to be the case. Budget? I kind of imagine that something like Pretty Little Liars maybe doesn't cost as much as some of these other shows, so I don't know if budget is really a justified reason. Also, when Pretty Little Liars was first announced, okay, the first like teaser video has almost 1 million views on Instagram, okay? It has 966,000 views. And that was just a little clip. Like, that wasn't pictures of the actors or anything. So then, yeah, when the actual first, like, picture was posted, it had 129,000 likes. 129,000 likes and, like, over 1,000 comments, like, teasing the trailer and, yeah, having, like, this picture of the girls when that was first posted, right? 129,000 likes, okay? Comparing this to the one they just announced, the new season premiere is the comedy thing that I told you about called The Franchise. That has 7,000 likes. Okay, almost 8,000 likes. And like I was saying in this video, I'm not like trying to shade other shows. Like, that's not like what I'm trying to do. But I'm just talking about the numbers here. Just the numbers. Like, this is almost 120,000 less likes on this post than there was on the one announcing season 1 of Pretty Little Lies and then season 1 of this show. Then we have, so Pretty Little Lies Summer School was announced. Well, it wasn't called that yet, but the second series. So when they announced season 2, it was an Instagram reel and it had 43, almost 44,000 likes. And the official poster for Summer School had 76, almost 77,000 likes. So again, a good amount of likes and, you know, hype for this. And this one about Summer School was in collaboration with Stream on Max, so it went out to both, right? Then the announcement that this industry one had been renewed for season 4 has 9,000 likes. And this is returning for a 4th season. A 4th season, and it's getting 9,000 likes. And Pretty Little Lies was returning for a season 2 and was getting like 6,000 likes. So I just don't understand. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, and I just don't get it. So yeah, I thought that would just jump in here and just add in this little tidbit about kind of like the numbers on Instagram. I feel like, yeah, I can't find screenshots of it now because I'm sure people just posted it, like the actors just posted it on their stories, but it was the number 1 show like on HBO Max as it was airing like each week, right? So they sort of announce they don't like announce the proper numbers. They just announce this like ranking list of where the shows were kind of coming in, but yeah, they don't post like the actual numbers, so it's hard to get a bit of a read on how the show was doing in terms of views. But I mean, out of the other shows that were airing at that time on Max, it was the number 1. So I don't understand. Also, I feel like in this video I made a big point about female viewership. Big ups the girlies, okay? I need more TV for the girlies. But also, I do want to say that this show had so much amazing representation, okay? I feel like I didn't touch on this in the video. As you can tell, this video is not scripted. Not even a little bit. But, yeah. This show had so much great representation. Like, the diversity of the cast was amazing. And then, yeah, we had a whole episode centered around Pride. We had a transgender actor and character. We had a bisexual character, a pansexual character, and then obviously Mouse's, she has 2 mums. Like, there was so much good representation in this show. There was just, it just had everything. It had so much going for it that was supporting so many different communities and so many different viewers. Like, so many viewers could see themselves in this show, and I feel like it was such an improvement on, as much as, like I said, I love Pretty Little Liars, the diversity and the LGBT plus representation in that show is not the best, gets criticized, and this, they had so much, like, the Pride episode was so much fun, and they were able to tackle great, like, issues that need talking about in teen TV, and they could have just kept doing so much more, like, and bringing in new characters and all this stuff, and just, oh, what could have been, yeah. Anyway, I was done. I finished that, like, editing clip, and I put it into the video, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not finished yet. I think what is the most upsetting about it is that it feels like a slap in the face. Like, when I say, like, HBO Max doesn't care about the girlies and the gays, like, I feel that about pretty much most streaming services. Like, and I understand there are shows with such amazing representation. I feel like Heartstopper, to be fair, is one that I forgot about, but that is obviously, like, based around teens and high school and, you know, LGBT views and stuff, so I think that is a really amazing one. Like I said about Dead Boy Detectives, I'm pretty sure there is a gay character in that show. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but it feels like a slap in the face when you have shows like this that you can see yourself in, and they basically turn around and say your stories, the shows, like, the things you want to see, the things that you experience, the people you want to see on TV, they don't matter. They aren't profitable enough for us. We don't care about them. We want to tell stories about the Penguin. We want to tell stories about I didn't even know what Industry was. Like, and like I said, I'm not trying to shade anyone. I didn't know what Industry was. I went onto their Instagram. The first thing I saw was an Instagram reel of Jon Snow, Kit Harington asking his girlfriend to pee on him. So I don't know what that show's about, but I don't think it's for me. So I think that's what is upsetting, is that it feels like a slap in the face. It feels like your, like, demographic does not matter to us. And I don't think that's exclusive to HBO Max. And yeah, like I said, there was, like, the cast was so good, diverse cast, different family types, different, yeah, so many different LGBT representations. Like, we also had a religious aspect and, like, that whole thing, and it just, yeah. And, like, obviously the high school element, and growing up as, like, a teenage girl, and also growing up as a transgender student, and, you know, but then also you had Farron's story about being a black ballerina, and how she struggled with that, and the microaggressions that came along with that, and her teacher, and then Imogen obviously being pregnant in the first season, and Tabby and Imogen, their struggles with being assaulted, and, like, these are stories that should be told. These are stories that people need to see, and it just feels so disheartening when time after time, like, we had such a, like, renaissance of these shows, and I feel like now we're getting to the point where these shows can be made, and they can be diverse, and they can be, you know, these big topics that they did get talked about in the teen shows. They did get talked about in Pretty Little Lies. They did get talked about in, you know, Gossip Girl and things, but not to the same level that I feel like they're able to be talked about now. And that's why I think teen shows are even more important now. Like, I feel like the shows that came before were building the foundation for what shows can do now. And I think Pretty Little Lies was such a prime example of that, with all the topics that I just talked about. And for them to cancel it feels like they're turning around and saying, this does not matter to us. Us at the top of HBO Max, this does not matter to us. It's not profitable. We don't care. And it is just a slap in the face of such a huge part of the audience, the world, the people that want to see these things. Like, I'm not saying that Pretty Little Liars was the be-all end-all of that, okay? I'm not saying that. I think it was an amazing option and was doing a great job. I hope that from it and from the success of it, other streaming platforms will maybe see it and bring more shows like this to life. Or, yeah, I would love if a different show was able to buy the rights from HBO and to keep making it. But, yeah, I think the cancellation of this show, even though it does feel personal, because I absolutely loved it, I think it does just create a bigger conversation, and I hope that we see more shows like this that talk about things like this. And that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want to have to go back, even though I love One Tree Hill. I don't want to have to go back to 2003 to watch shows that I want to watch. Like, I don't want to have to go back to 2010, like, every single time and just rewatch these old shows. Like, as much as I love doing that, and I do, I want to see new stories and more complex stories and stories that maybe, you know, these older shows weren't going to tell just because of the time that they were set in, you know? So that's all I'm asking for. You know, that's all I'm asking for. I feel like, honestly, like, some of the best representation I felt, just for me personally, was Anna from One Tree Hill and her story about bisexuality. And that was in a show that came out in 2004. And yeah, like, all my favorite shows come from between 2003 and like 2015. Like, we're almost 10 years past that, and I've not been invested in a show like that in years, aside from Summer School and Original Sin. So basically what I'm saying is do better and give teen dramas and young audiences and young female audiences, young LGBT audiences, young POC audiences, like, give them fun shows. Where's the fun in TV? Like, anyway, yeah. Okay, now back to the original video. And they'd said they planned for, like, maybe 5 seasons, and I thought that was going to be perfect. You know, each season was going to have a final girl, and, like, Noah was going to get her moment, and Farron was going to get her moment, and Mouse was going to get her moment. And it was just, that would have just been perfect. And now they've cancelled it. And I feel like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, like, but I truly feel like it is in preference or prioritizing shows that are targeted towards men. Like, maybe that's, like, too general to say, but when I go on, like, the PLL, like, literally PLL Summer School was trending, like, people saying, like, Max cancelling PLL Summer School when it was #1 trending show for them all summer is seriously insane. And then, like, how do they, I'm not going to say that because it's a spoiler for the show, like, but how do they set up the next season and then just cancel it? Everyone's, like, so upset that it was cancelled. Everyone's like, we were literally robbed. And yeah, like, hoping that another school, like, another service picks up this show. I don't think they would be able to unless they were going to put in a pretty high bid, because I think, like, HBO owns the rights to the show, so someone would have to come in and basically, like, buy it from them, and I don't know who would want to do that. Everyone's just absolutely baffled that it was cancelled, because I truly feel like season 2 did even better than season 1, which is kind of rare, I feel like, nowadays. But yeah, like, on the HBO Max, like, Twitter, it's all about the Penguin. It's all about the Penguin. And I feel like, yes, like, everyone loves a superhero movie, okay? But it's been years. It has been years and years of superhero movies. And I like them. Like, well, to be fair, these days I'm getting bored of them. I can't even lie. Like, loved Deadpool and Wolverine. I loved like the Avengers movies. Loved WandaVision. And things like that. But it's like there's just so many of them. I feel like Disney Plus was releasing a new Marvel thing every week, and then yeah, there's like this Penguin one, and that is all they are talking about. That is all they're talking about. Is this, and I don't know how much money they put into this, but it seems like it was at the cost of other shows. I mean, we've got The Sex Lives of College Girls, so I don't know if that's a HBO Max show, I assume so. But again, college girls, like Sex Lives of College Girls. Like, I want to watch it. I actually, it's on my to watch list, and I'm sure it's really, really good. And again, love a show that's got like female centric cast, but it's college girls. It's, like Sex Lives of College Girls, like sexualization. Okay, fine. I know that it's like supposed to be really funny and all that stuff as well. So I don't want to like take away from that show by like bigging up another show. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. But other than that, I could not find a female centric show. We had the HBO original series Industry is returning for season 4 on Max. I don't know what it's about, but I see a man running around. It's clearly some kind of like drama. The Franchise, which is a comedy series, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying that we should get rid of all these other shows, but they've got like June. I just feel like there's more money going into these other shows, and like these other shows are being picked up which, yeah, like I said, is fine. The Penguin, June the Prophecy, like The Franchise, the whatever it's called, Industry. There's like True Detective, which obviously had female leads, but I think my issue is with the genre and the story of the show, because just there aren't teen dramas anymore. They just don't make them. And yeah, like the Vampire Diaries, like all these shows were so huge, and I feel like Pretty Little Liars had the chance to do that same thing, like the reboot, and it was trending, it was popular with that demographic, but somehow that wasn't enough in favor of these other shows that are primarily action or like comedy, drama, but I mean, like more intense drama. It's like there's no fun shows for the young adult girlies. There just isn't. Like, where are they? Please tell me where they are in the comments. But what I did find, and like this is the thing that's so crazy, is that when you go onto these tweets about their other shows, like, it's all, why did you cancel PLL Summer School? Like, and yeah, obviously The Last of Us is a HBO Max show as well. Obviously that's really, really good. Like, that's a great show. Loads of people have said that's a great show. But again, it's like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they've got a bunch of shows on this trailer for the next like year. They've got like an It one. They've got, yeah, like I said, drama, like a period drama about like knights and shit. And like The Last of Us like season. These shows are all very good and well. But like, aside from The Last of Us, to be fair, like that was everywhere when it came out. Like, I saw a load of that. I've never heard of these other shows. I've never heard of them. Like, Industry's in its 4th season. I've never heard of it. Like not to like disrespect the show, but why are these shows being renewed over the shows that are being made for young adult women and adolescent women? Like, where are the shows for the girlies? Where are they? Because all I see is these like dark, gloomy, grey tone dramas that I don't care for. And if you do, that's fine. If these are your favourite shows, like, that's absolutely fine. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're well written, all that stuff. I'm not saying they're bad shows, but I think it just upsets me that our kind of like demographic, it seems to be at the bottom of the pile these days when it comes to catering for shows. Not that obviously we can't like these other shows, we absolutely can, but yeah, I think I just miss it. I think I just miss. I miss the peak of the early 2000s, mid 2000s teen dramas, you know? Like, and I think that's why Gossip Girl, Pretty Little Liars, like, people are still rewatching them. They're still watching them again and again. They still trend, like, on TikTok and stuff, like, like, year after year. Blair Waldorf, like, Spencer Hastings, Ari Montgomery, Serena van der Woodsen, you know, Brooke Davis. They continue to make a comeback because no one new is coming in to fill those shoes. And I just feel like with Pretty Little Liars, the spin-off, we kind of had that, or like the reboot. We kind of had it. And I just am really upset that it's been cancelled, because not only is it a shame for the fans, but also the cast and the crew. Like, the cast on that show was so talented and I loved them, and they had such a great dynamic, and they're genuine friends in real life. Like, Chandler, who played Tabby, is currently doing Dancing with the Stars, and like all of the cast went to go and support her on the first show, and they all like post about each other all the time and see each other all the time. And I think you kind of struggle to get that genuine friendship these days, and like with cast members. So I feel like they had such a perfect formula. They had a show that was number one every time it came out, was trending every time it came out, had an amazing cast. The cast also had a really good bond, which came through on screen. They were ready. They wanted to do like up to 5 seasons, and then you're not giving it a season 3. And I just don't I truly don't understand what streaming services want from shows these days. I really don't. Because I didn't watch, I think it's called like Dead Boy Detectives on Netflix. But that got like 100 or like 99%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes. And people loved it. Absolutely loved it. Cancelled after 1 season. Why? I don't know what they want from these shows. Like, they're successful. They have great acting. People love them. People get invested in them. They want to see more, but no. You're getting another like drama of a guy running around in a trench coat, and it's grey, and he's solving some kind of murder or some kind of bombs going off somewhere. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. This is why I just don't care about TV anymore. Like, TV is my one love, but it's all old shows, because I just don't find there's anything for me to get invested in more. And like, the thing is, I feel like I'm not even asking for much. I'm not asking for like a super niche genre that's like, okay, well, who's going to watch that? Because teen dramas were the thriving genre, like, for so long. But why aren't they being made anymore? Why aren't they being made anymore? I feel like the closest thing is Euphoria, and that is not a teen drama. It just happens to be about teenagers. But it is graphic, it's violent, it's so sexualized, which, if you love Euphoria, that's great. It had a huge following. I watched it. But, like, that's not what I'm looking for. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for camp. I'm looking for fun. I'm looking for characters I can get invested in, relationships, friendships I can get invested in. And I had it, okay? I had it with Summer School, and they've taken it away from me. So anyway, after ranting for 25 minutes, I'm going to read you the statement that they put out. Shout out to PLL Original Sin on Instagram, because they were my absolute favourite PLL like Original Sin update page. And yeah, they were keeping it on lock. Okay, so this is what Max said. While Max will not be moving forward with a 3rd season of Pretty Little Liars, we are so grateful to our co-creators Robert and Lindsay, as well as the team at Warner Brothers, for reintroducing fans to this new iteration of liars who band together to fight the latest creepy villain in terrifying Millwood. Their unique and modern creative vision, combined with the immersed talent of our cast and crew, gave the series a fun, horror-filled point of view that paid tribute to its original Rosewood roots. So what was wrong with it? If they were so creative and so talented, what was wrong with it? And then the comments on this say, like, we can never have a show without it being cancelled nowadays. I hate HBO. Like, they cancel all the good ones. Do you guys realize there's 0 good series anymore? Like, and yeah, they literally set it up for another season. Like, and everyone's like, wasn't it number 1? Like, they renew all of these trash TV shows, but they can't renew the best show of the year on Max. Like, I don't get it. Zaria, Malia, Maya, Bailey, Chandler, they all deserved so much better. Jordan, like, they had so much left to give. Oh, so frustrating. So yeah, Malia said, this show changed my life and put so many bright souls on my path. Forever grateful for Pretty Little Liars and for everyone involved in bringing it to life. Thank you to everyone who went on this ride with us, and thank you for embracing Mouse, and thank you for watching. Come on now. Chandler said, just know we love you guys endlessly and are so proud of what we created. I'll be back tomorrow with more thoughts and feelings, but for now, I love you more than I can express. Quite a few of them said, like, I'm going to put out a proper statement. Like Bailey, she said, I'm currently at the wedding of one of my dearest friends. So much to say, but for now, we see you all clearly and my heart is so infinitely grateful. Maya said, we'll forever be Pretty Little Liars, and what an honor it was. Thank you so much for the love and support throughout the past 3 years. It's been a dream. To my liars, I'll always love you. See you next time. And Jordan made like a cute post from his audition tape, and then like with them as a group. And yeah, it's just so sad. Jordan said, love you all and eternally grateful to the fandom, my cast, family, and all the creatives involved. I'll speak more when it's settled in. I truly don't believe that anyone thought this was going to get cancelled. I just don't understand. And then Zaria said, you are all the gift I never knew to ask for, the love I didn't know existed out there for me, and my art came from you. I have more to share, but that's for tomorrow, and tomorrow will come. See you then. Renew PLL. Okay, renew PLL. I saw people literally saying, like, you need to renew this or I'm cancelling my HBO Max, like, subscription. So, yeah. I don't really know. That was kind of it. I was basically just, it's literally getting dark. I was literally just coming on here to say that if you didn't hear, it did get cancelled, and I'm very, very unhappy about it, as you can tell. Yeah. I think to the cast and the crew that made this show, thank you for bringing that little spark of joy and like love for TV back to me, and I know to a lot of other people as well. The characters I loved so much, and I was so excited to see where they were going to go. And I really thought they were going to get to like season 5. I really did. And I don't know, maybe like putting out there, manifesting that someone will come along and buy the rights and make those seasons, because I feel like they deserve to be made. But I've still got a few videos about the show planned. I'll probably do like a rewatch at some point. I'll do a recap of season 2. I've got, a few other ideas, so I am still going to make videos about the show because I love it and I think it deserves the videos. I loved this show, and the whole cast and crew. Like, follow them all on Instagram. I'm like super excited to see what they're going to do next. Maya, at the moment, she is in Hadestown, the, I think it's like Broadway production. I think it's like a musical. So she's doing that at the minute. And Chandler, like I said, is doing Dancing with the Stars, so I'm really excited to see her perform. I hope she gets like to the final. I hope she wins it. Go girl. And yeah, I don't think anyone else. I think Jordan's in something new, and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna watch like the things they do in the future. But I think it's just a shame we're not gonna see that like cast together again and see more stories from our kind of like new little liars. Because yeah, like Imogen and Johnny had broken up. I was hoping to see them get back together in season 3. I was hoping for Noah to have a bit of a like a redemption arc a little bit, because I feel like people really turned on her in season 2 with the Jen storyline. So it's kind of, you know, interesting to see where that was gonna go. And yeah, like Ash and Mouse, I loved them. Like I wanted to see their relationship grow and see them be endgame. We obviously had Tabby and Christian. And yeah, like obviously the big kind of cliffhanger was that Dr. Sullivan was killed by Archie, so Archie's on the loose again, and that we had these new group of teens like wearing masks that looked like the liars. Like that was going to be so cool. Like I was so excited to see where they were going to go with that. So I hope at least, you know, they interview Robert and Lindsay and maybe they share what they were going to do, because I would love to hear that. But yeah, PLL Original Sin, like the Instagram, they actually posted like a photo with like the books. I'll put it like here, and like the different shows, and it's like, you know, after 198 episodes across all like the main show and the spin-off, the Pretty Little Liars franchise has officially like come to an end for now, and that is so crazy to me. Because I just love this franchise so much, like the books, I've seen all the different shows, and I feel like I was like mourning the loss of Pretty Little Liars when it ended, but then the spin-off got announced like soon-ish after that, so I still had that to be excited about. But now that that's also been cancelled, it's like, yeah, like at least for now, like the Pretty Little Liars franchise is like really done, which is like crazy. It's such the end of an era, aside from my book about Pretty Little Liars, obviously. You guys can buy that when it comes out. But yeah, I have such a profound love and gratitude and appreciation for this entire franchise, and I just really loved Original Sin and Summer School. And I think it's such a shame. HBO Max, all my homies hate HBO Max, so yeah, I think it deserved more seasons, it deserved more love, and that's kind of it. So yeah, I'd like chat to you guys in the comments below. Like I said, if there are any shows that fit into this kind of category that I've just missed, please let me know. Obviously there was like the Gossip Girl spin-off, but then that got axed after 2 seasons as well. And yeah, they're talking about the One Tree Hill spin-off coming out, but even then, like, that's going to be more focused on Peyton and Brooke as like parents rather than like teen and like young adult centric. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. That's for the PLL reboot cast. Love you. Appreciate you for everything that you did.